What's the message? Propaganda. Did you know the average teen is exposed to over 3,000 advertisements per day? Without the skills to look critically at all these messages, it is easy to be persuaded by them without even realizing it. Propaganda is media that uses carefully created messages to manipulate people's actions and beliefs. It has one purpose and one purpose only: to persuade you. There are a variety of propaganda techniques. They use biased or one-sided messages and are designed to appeal to people's emotions instead of their judgment and reasoning. How many of the following techniques do you recognize from your own exposure to propaganda? Testimonials. Testimonials usually involve celebrities or other respected people endorsing or officially supporting a product or idea. The person giving the testimonial could be famous, knowledgeable about the product, or just an ordinary person who claims the product has worked for them. When the testimonial comes from a celebrity, the hope is that you will want to use the product or support the idea simply because they do. Other testimonials try to persuade you to use or support something because it's good for you or it worked for others. Beware, though, because people are usually paid to give endorsements. Ask yourself, who was quoted in the testimonial? Is this person actually an expert about the product or idea? Does the product or idea have any value without the testimony or endorsement? Bandwagon. Jumping on the bandwagon describes people choosing to go along with the rest of the crowd. Bandwagon propaganda creates the impression that there is widespread support for a thing or idea. People tend to want to be on the winning team and try to avoid being the odd one out. These messages create a sense of peer pressure to join in. Ask yourself, does the message provide reasons for joining the group? Is there any evidence for or against joining in? Name calling. Name calling is exactly what it sounds like, using negative words and bad names to create fear and dislike for people, ideas, or institutions. Name calling can be verbal or visual. When done visually, it shows a person or thing in an unflattering way. You can find both kinds of this technique in political cartoons, political attack ads, and on news talk shows. Ask yourself, who is being called what? Is there a real connection between the names and the person or idea being attacked? Glittering generalities. This technique always shows the subject of the message in a positive light, but provides little or no information. Glittering generalities use simple, clever slogans that appeal to people's emotions. These general statements are easy to remember but hard to verify because they offer no facts. Ask yourself, what do these slogans or catchphrases really mean? Card stacking. Card stacking uses facts and figures to show one side is positive and the other side is negative. The message shows only positive information about the person, product, or idea being promoted, and it shows only damaging information about the opposition or competition. This technique is designed to make you think you are hearing both sides. In reality, you are actually hearing only one perspective. Ask yourself, are facts being changed or left out? What other piece of information do I need to make an informed decision? Plain folks. The plain folks technique is designed to send the message that a product or person is just like you. An advertiser will show an ordinary-looking person who vouches for how well a product works. Politicians have their picture taken visiting coffee shops, riding on tractors, and doing other things that everyday people do. The goal is to gain your trust by showing that people are just like you use the product or support the person. Ask yourself, can I trust the person who is speaking or acting? What are the person's motives for visiting this place? Is the person really just like me? Transfer. The transfer technique uses your feelings about one thing to get you to feel the same way about something else. Transfer can use a positive image to persuade you to like something or a negative image to persuade you to dislike something. The images might be symbolic, such as a flag standing for patriotism. They might be cute and lovable, such as a baby penguin. The images could be repulsive, such as diseased skin in an anti-smoking campaign, or they could be hateful, such as comparing a politician to Adolf Hitler. However they are presented, the images act as wordless messages that most people can identify with. Ask yourself, what is the image trying to get me to feel? Is there an actual connection between the image and the person or product?